A woman shared her regrets about not working harder to save her marriage. According to this woman, there were no major issues in the marriage. She was a stay-at-home mom and had her husband wrapped around her finger. He did whatever she said, and she burnt him out.
The dumbest thing a man can do is date a single mom, and I'm saying this as a single mom myself. The only exception to the rule is if the man has kids himself and he's a single dad. That's the only rule that is the exception.
This woman filed for divorce, even though her marriage was perfect. The husband did everything she had asked for, but in the end, she still left him. Now she snapped back to reality, regretting her decision, realizing she had everything a wife could ever ask for. So why did she divorce him? You wonder. We will discover that together.
A woman shared her regrets about not working harder to save her marriage now that her ex-husband is happily remarried. The 41-year-old woman shared to the True Off My Chest subreddit that she left her husband around 10 years ago, shortly after they'd had their first child together. According to this woman, there were no major issues in the marriage. She was a stay-at-home mom and had her husband wrapped around her finger. He did whatever she said, and she burnt him out. When he grew tired of her demands, she started threatening divorce. She thought she was still a great catch and that she could do better than her husband, so she left.
Well, I guess the wall strikes again. This woman is honestly selfish. She had everything a wife could ask for, but she threw it all away because she was looking for a puppy, not a husband. When she stopped getting things her way, she threatened him with divorce and turned to the streets. Well, that didn't get her too far. Some of us have to learn the hard way.
She ended up getting joint custody of her son and the house after the divorce. Now, 10 years later, the ex-husband is happily remarried with a baby daughter and a new house. The divorced woman, on the other hand, has been unmarried ever since. She's jealous of her ex-husband's new wife, saying, "She took my husband, she took my kid, she took my life that was once mine, and now I live in an empty house." She claims she is alone and miserable and wishes she would have been a better wife 10 years ago so she wouldn't be in this situation. As you can probably imagine, not many people were very sympathetic towards this woman. "You got what you deserved and he got what he deserved," one Redditor commented. Others noted that the new wife didn't take anything from her, with one saying, "You gave it away." This woman's story may end in bitterness and guilt, but that's not the case for most divorcees. According to research derived from family law attorneys, 80% of divorcees end up remarried. While divorce is a valid option in many situations, it's not always the solution. It takes two to make things work, and many people believe this woman reaped what she sowed.
Not only did she ruin her own marriage, the judge thought it was a great idea to give this woman the man's property, and she even took the child away from him. Seriously, what is the benefit in marriage for a man? And the worst part is, she is blaming the man's new wife for the cause of her marriage, not realizing that this happened because she didn't appreciate her husband when she had him. She took no accountability.
Prefer natural bodies or BBL bodies?
Natural
body all the way.
Do you think guys prefer natural bodies or BBLs?
BBLs.
BBL bodies for sure.
Niggas love that fake shit.
I went on a first date, and when I opened the door, my man was at my front door, and I was like, "Oh, like right." And then he hit me with the Rico. He pulled the flowers out, and I was like, "Wow, this is different, right?" So I'm not even paying attention. I brush past this, trying to walk down the steps and get to the door, right? Because I'm not paying attention. I'm just so not used to it, and it just hasn't, like, I just didn't have a lot of practice. He opened my car door. I get inside. He closed the door. I immediately went to my group chat. It's weird. Did you say he opened your car door?
High five.
No. Now let me explain, right? Let me explain. By the time we got to the restaurant, my follow-up text was, "Y'all, that's my bad. I just realized and all that stuff we be talking about, we don't really want it." And I felt like he technically did everything that we be saying we be wanting. In my mind, instinctively, my first thought was he corny. But he really did everything that we want.
Well, we all know this woman doesn't deserve that man. And I have to agree with her. Women don't know what they want, even if you give it to them. She called this man weird for being a gentleman. Hope he's seen this video and finds somebody better.
Do you know that Saudi Arabia was the safest country in the world up until 2018?
I did not know.
Yeah, check it out. According to Wikipedia, until June 2018, Saudi Arabia was the only country in the world in which women were forbidden from driving motor vehicles. Hey, did you know that Saudi...
Okay, I'm about to tell you one sign that a man has low emotional intelligence and you should run away before he drives you insane. Ready for it? He won't admit to sadness or struggle. He'll reflect back on a difficult event and be like, yeah, it didn't bother me. When a man can admit, like, this really hurt me or this was a hard time in my life, and doesn't always have to appear so tough or like they shut out their emotions all the time, huge green flag. Those guys that act like nothing ever gets to them, they just suppress it all. And it's not gonna be any different with you.
Well, the reason why those guys act like that is because men don't have a safe space to talk about such things. And truthfully, no one cares. He has to suck it up and keep moving no matter what.
So I'm here because my friend Charlotte has this guy that she's dating that I really want to like bad.
Okay.
Like really bad, where I would ruin our friendship for it.
How long have you and Charlotte been friends?
Probably like 3 years now. I legitimately want your man. Like,
so when
I'm trying to...
When you say that you want her man, what exactly do you mean by that? So Charlotte can, get the full picture.
Right.
Because I think she's a little bit confused.
We're planning our life together, so...
Well, I don't know if it's going to happen anymore because I might be getting in between y'all.
Oh my God.
So, Charlotte, do you think that Morgan could even get your man?
No.
How much you want to bet? You're tripping, girl. You're tripping. You're going to see the guys that be lined up. You don't think your man's going to want me? You're tripping.
Yeah,
you see how he looking at me.
We're planning our life together.
It don't matter.
You go to the dumpster for...
Okay.
Oh my...
You say?
Morgan.
Oh,
yeah. Everybody.
Okay, now you touching now, bro. You better back the fuck up.
No, I don't have to back up.
I back the fuck up. I'm a fucking man.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So, Charlotte's best friend Morgan brought Charlotte here today because she needed to tell her something. And now we have you here with us because Morgan needs to tell you something as well.
This is just sad, to be honest. I wonder what that woman gains by sleeping with that man and ruining her friendship in the process.
Thank you for the hug. We're gonna blast.
Okay.
Are there any questions?
Do y'all get scared easily?
Yes. Yeah.
I did my first marriage without a prenup because I said it sets it up. I don't want that negativity in there where I'm like thinking about what we're going to do and how we're going to split everything. And I felt it wasn't faith. Like it set it up for, negative stuff negative energy to come in. And I was like, I love him and we're going to be together. And, divorce is not an option. So I did the first one without a prenup. Going through the divorce, I lost everything. When I say everything, my first home that I had bought with my money that I had saved up, I lost my home. We spent so much money on divorce, and I felt like that was money that was coming out of my son's mouth. The amount of money that we spent going through depositions. And I did my second marriage after losing everything. I did my second marriage. We had a prenup before anybody even walked down the aisle.
This was a big mistake on her part. Everyone needs a prenup. And no, it's not because you're getting ready for divorce. It's only there for protection when it's about to occur. But I can see that she learned her lesson from the first marriage, because on the second marriage, she got it signed. Always get a prenup.